First meetings taking place at the Croft in 1971, run by BARC's Yorkshire Centre. You can read a full article if you grab yourself a programme. They're available in the paddock, priced at just £3. You can see a full article from Dave Smith, the man behind the superb specialsaloons.co.uk website, has written the early history of Special Saloons and their time, sponsored by Wendy Walls. So we welcome them back as the series sponsor this year. This is the first meeting of the season for this category. The 8th row, 55 and 10. Now, number 55 is David Beattie, a very special car indeed. The Aston Martin DBS Marsh Plant car, which I believe was formerly raced by Jerry Marshall towards the end of his career. An incredible 7-litre V8 engine in his car. As the cars begin to make their way out of the paddock. The 8th row is 55 and number 10. Number 55 we mentioned David Beattie. Number 10 is Jeremy Bevoy with his Mark 1 Escort. And the last row, row 9, is 26 and 85. Number 26 is Alan Breck with the ex-Kenny Coleman Jägermeister livery Ford Capri. And number 85, Anthony Hayes in what I think is the only front-wheel drive car on the grid with his Mini. A wonderful, eclectic grid out there. It's making sure that they are all going to make it out for this one. It appears they're all there, heading out behind the pace vehicle at the moment. This is well, but I think the field is about to head round Club Corner and up towards the start of the race. Here we go then. Time to go racing here at Silverstone in the sunshine with the Classic Sports Car Club. Andy Southcott on pole, Ian Hall alongside him. They form up 2 by 2, waiting for the lights to go out. 15 minutes of racing gets underway. Here they come then, down towards Abbey Corner for the first time. It's a good start by Andy Southcott, a quick start by Tom Carey in the little Honda CRX, trying to have a look at the inside as well. It's Southcott who leads ahead of Paul. Morris is in third in the Peugeot, and Carey's come through the fourth ahead of the fearsome Ford Falcon of Andy Wilson. Ian Hall, he's 2.3 seconds up already at the end of lap 1, and Hall coming under fire from Danny Morris in the Peugeot 309 Thunder Saloon. Then we've got Andy Wilson in his Ford Falcon in fourth place. Carey is fifth, and Mercy about to lose out. Through goes Stephen Moss in that crazy looking Ford Anglia, the bright green machine. Behind them Dan Minton with his Escort, the rest of them stream out behind. There goes the Jägermeister Capri, an iconic motorsport livery, that one, the ex-Kenny. Both his Midget and his Lotus Elan. Southcott who leads. The gap has come down. Ian Hall's on the fastest lap of the race. He's got the gap down to 1.8 seconds at the end of lap 2. Morris is in a safe third on his own. Then we've got Andy Wilson, the power of the Falcon, telling ahead of the more nimble Honda CRX and Turbo Tom Carey with the Cosworth engine in the back. Then it's Moss, Percy being carried now by Dan Minton in the Mark II Escort. Then we go back to Neil Duke in his bewinged Ford Anglia. He's got the lovely Castrol Escort, number 101 Malcolm Hardy, Reigate in Surrey on his tail. Beautiful contrast in engine notes among this field as well. Last runner through should. To 6 litres, 1500 to 2.1 in Class C. Class D is 1000cc to 1500, Class E for cars smaller than that. Through go the leaders, and the gap has really come down this time. Ian Hall got it down to 0.7 of a second, so Southcott got the quick getaway, but Ian Hall using the grunt of his V8-engined Darien Wildcat, the Welsh-built machine, and he's closing in now. It's Danny Morris third, ahead of Wilson, Carey, and Stephen Moss pulling clear of Dan Minton, who's got past Craig Percy to Morris Meyer, which started well, but the Chevrolet-powered beast has now dropped back a little. Nice little battle between Escort and Anglia there. That's Malcolm Harding getting past Neil Hughes, Kings Rabbit. And then we've got that glorious-sounding Marsh Plant Aston Martin, number 55, David Beattie. Of the race, there's just over 10 minutes of the race to go. Here come the leaders, and they are now nose to tail. The red Darien could make a move here. Andy Southcott's having to defend as they come down the pit straight absolutely together. Hall jinks to the outside. Is he going to try and use the grunt of the Darien to go around the outside? No, he doesn't. That didn't work. And Andy Southcott's still there in the lead of this first race of the weekend for the Wendy Wool Special Saloons and Modsports. Danny Morris third in the Peugeot 309. Then we've got Wilson's Falcon still there, rumbling its way round in fourth position. Top three, incidentally, all leading their individual classes. Southcott leads Class C, Hall Class B, and the Parker Morris, the Morris 309 are the leading Class A. One car that didn't take the start, I've just noticed, Wayne Crabtree not there. The number 5 Ford Escorts didn't make it out. Nice little group heading through Abbey Corner there. Escorts Aston and Anglia together, so David Beattie in the Aston has got past towards the end of that lap. They come over the line now, and Ian Hall is into the lead in the Darien Wildcat. Sounding absolutely glorious as it goes through Abbey Corner there. Southcott still second, Morris on his own in third, Wilson on his own in fourth. This is looking good for Ian Hall. Fastest lap of the race, 1 minute 8.189, set by Ian Hall on lap 3. Through in fourth, and the gap is coming down between fourth and fifth now because Thomas Carey in the Honda has just done his best lap of the race. He's got that gap down to 2.5 seconds now. Stephen Moss having to work and hold off Dan Minton. He's putting in a spirited drive in his Ford Escort all over the back of the Anglia there as they headed out of my sight. Next through is Craig Percy, and then we've got a nice little group forming for ninth place. David Beattie has got the Marsh Plant Aston Martin ahead of Neil Duke, and in between them is number 101 Malcolm Harding. So places swapping there. That's allowing the number 19 car, Mark Fremantle, is ahead. Modsports midgets. Leaders out on the far side of the circuit, heading into Vale. I can see Ian Hall in the Darien increasing his lead all the time. The leaders already getting into back marker traffic now. Here comes Wilson, and the gap has definitely come down between Andy Wilson and Thomas Carey. It's now to 2.1 seconds now, so he took 0.4 of a second out of the Big Falcon at the end of that last lap. The leaders in back marker traffic over on the far end of the circuit. We have half the race to go now, just under half the race. Over a second between Hall and Southcott. Last lap was nearly a second apart, so the gap appearing to stabilise at about 1 second between the two leaders. Blue flags waving at the back markers. Danny Morris coming through to lap Jeremy Burgoyne in the number 10 Ford Escort Mark 1, and the Ford Capri of Alan Breck against Kenny Coleman car. 1.4 seconds it's down to now, so Thomas Carey continuing to reel in. Our leaders come back into sight. They've got this 5 strong trainer back. That's what Ian Hall out onto the curb there. He nearly lost the Darien coming out of Club Corner that time through. Whether he was momentarily distracted by the back markers, but he got a wheel up onto the curb. I thought he was going to lose it towards the pit wall, but he managed to save it and has got Southcott. But the Modsports midget is going to try and close in again as a result of that near error from the vastly experienced Ian Hall. Morris still third. Now here comes the 4th place fight. Wilson ahead of Carey. 0.8 of a second this time through. Another half a second taken out. Here come the leaders. They have indeed got through those back markers without further incident. Just under 4.5 minutes to go now for Ian Hall in the Darien. So the gap is down to 1 second, 1.02 to be precise. 0.3 of a second gain by Southcott on that previous lap. Meantime, BT still ahead for the race victory, the first victory of the season in the CSCC Wendy Special Saloons and Modsports series. The gap has stabilised for 4th and 5th place because their lap times almost identical last time through between Carey and Wilson. Stephen Moss still 6th in the Ford Anglia, certainly the brightest car on the grid. All the way now a bit from down Minton. 13.98. Just over 3 minutes left this time. 1.184 seconds the gap between him and the Little Modsports midget and Andy Southcott, pretty tenacious racer. Along with Chris, the Southcott family race various MG midgets, Sprites and Lennon GTs as well. Mark Fremantle had a look there into Abbey, trying to take David Beatty's Marsh Plant Aston. Didn't quite manage it for 9th place. There goes Morris in third, of course that 9th place still. Yes, he has, and Wilson, I think, may have a problem with the Ford Falcon. Yes, there goes Carey. Wilson is slowing down. The Ford Falcon is in trouble, and he's pulling off. Oh, what a shame for Andy Wilson in the big Ford Falcon. He's pulled off on the exit of Abbey, so our erstwhile 4th place man is out of the race. Principally up at Croft. There go the 2 leaders, driving once again, just under 2 minutes of the race left, so we should get a couple more laps out of this. Waiting for our 3rd place man to come through now. Mark Fremantle coming into our side on the tail of David Beatty. Once again, this is the battle for 9th position. He's all over the back of the Aston Martin. Further back, Malcolm Harding in number 101. It's Ford Escort under the threat from 66 Leon Hughes in the white Ford Anglia. Carey on his own now in 4th place, with Andy Wilson having pulled off. The Honda CRX comes through in 4th. Then Moss in 5th has dropped Dan Minton. I think Minton had a tougher time getting through the back markers than the Ford Anglia. So Stephen Moss up to 5th. Dan Minton is 6th. His last lap though was a 1 minute 16 as opposed to a 1 minute 13 for Stephen Moss. So possibly a moment somewhere. Meanwhile, here come the 2 leaders, and Southcott has closed back up as we go into what will be the last lap. He's going to the inside into Abbey, and out of nowhere, Andy Southcott retakes the lead. Now, has Ian Hall got a problem there? Let's have a look at his last lap time. His last lap time was 1 minute 9.6. Southcott did his best of the race at 1 minute 8.6. I wonder if the tyres are... took the lead from Ian Hall. So whether the big Gary and the more power from the V8 has led him to rooted tyres, I'm not too sure. We'll hopefully hear from both drivers after the race in the pit lane with Andy McEwen. The leaders are up on Stowe Corner. It's still Southcott there in front to be a win for Andy Southcott. He ran from Fareham in Hampshire in his Modsports MG Midget. Checkered flag is out. Southcott takes the win. Ian Hall comes over in a rather fishtail in 2nd place. Yes, I think his tyres have gone off, so he loses the win at the beginning of what turned out to be the final lap. And the win goes to Andy Southcott by 2 seconds ahead of Ian Hall. It'll be Danny Morris home in 3rd place, running on his own for much of that race. Will come in for 3rd in the Peugeot 309. He crosses the line now, 30 seconds down on Ian Hall. He wins Class A. Tom Carey will take 4th in the Honda. And Mark Fremantle never did quite manage to get past David Beatty. That's the battle for 9th place, the highlight of that race. Beatty 9th in the Aston Martin, Fremantle 10th, then Harding 11th, Duke 12th, and Tim Cairns in 13th.